Hi guys, can you hear me? How's it going? My name's Max. I'm the founder of Sniper, formerly Soul Sniper if you've used it before. But yeah, it's really good to see everybody here today. And yeah, we're gonna go over the past and the future of NFTs through the lens of our journey at Sniper Labs from inception to today. So I'm really excited to be here, and thank you for coming. So, a little bit about myself. I graduated from Dartmouth College in 2019. I was a software engineer at Amazon, and I was I define it as a crypto adjacent person. So I had a little bit of Ethereum, I had a little bit of Bitcoin, but I didn't really do too much besides let them kind of sit in my Robinhood and Coinbase account. And it wasn't really until November of 2021 did I really kind of get red-pilled into crypto. I was on like YouTube, and I got all of these like crazy YouTube videos about how you can make thousands of dollars a day flipping NFTs, how to make thousands of dollars flipping NFTs in 15 minutes, how some 9-year-old made $500,000 flipping NFTs. And I was like, what is this? This is so crazy. I really want to try it out for myself. It was this super fast growing segment of crypto, and like, basically I went on OpenSeas, I tried to make some transactions, I realized, oh wow, this is $100 per transaction. This doesn't really make any sense. I'm a brokey, I can't afford that. Let me go look at what other kind of alternatives are there, because I do really want to kind of try NFTs out. And so that's really how I landed in Solana. It was the combination of it having this super vibrant community, as well as having really cheap transaction fees, so I could actually like do stuff. And basically, since kind of joining, I realized that, wow, NFTs are really kind of this crazy new asset class where it's this intersection of tech, finance, and like internet culture. You can like flip JPEGs and make 10x in an hour, and you can also put a new profile photo on Twitter and get rated by hundreds of degens that kind of have a little catchphrase like let's LF something. And then also at the same time, like, the longer I had these JPEGs, it just started feeling more like a piece of myself. So like that famous fox, like I rocked that as my profile photo for over a year. I was like I'm never gonna sell this. This is me, I'm the fox. And it just, for me, it became the most fun thing to trade like ever. Like I had dabbled before in stocks, dabbled a little bit in crypto, but this was just like a way cooler and more enjoyable experience. And so, because like it's this brand new asset class, like OpenSea's only started in like 2017. It didn't really take off till 2020. I joined in 2021. There are a ton of new problems for like such an immature space. So like one of the very first things that I noticed was like it was really immature when it came to tooling and infrastructure. Like nobody had any idea what they were doing. We're all flying blind. We're running around in Discord. I remember like I would buy an NFT and then like someone would tell me, oh, it dumped like an hour ago. I was like, oh, I did not know that. And you'd like literally have to ask people like, hey, what was the price? And so I thought that was kind of dumb. And then at the same time, what I saw was a ton of scams were like minting these projects that were like, hey, we're gonna build you this new cool like portfolio tracker, floor price tracker. And I was like, wow, that's like kind of dumb, and like they're making like $200,000 off the mint, and then they like go silent for like literally next week. And so just for myself, like a big reason why I started what was Soul Sniper at the time was just to prove to myself that like, hey, like we don't need like a 200K mint to like literally write JavaScript that like graphs stuff. And so that's really how it got started. It was originally shipped as Soul NFT Trade -.vercel.app, so kind of a mouthful. And really our like core customer has always been the snipers. I always think that's a cool name. And so yeah, it was like one morning, I was like, all right, fuck it, let's name it Soul Sniper. Most recently, we rebranded to sniper.xyz. And then it was just like such a cool time. So this was now, we're getting into like 2022. So we've been live since day one. It shipped Christmas of 2021, and then in 2022, we really started getting like a lot of great traction during this kind of NFT bull market. A lot of people were adding us on Twitter. One of my favorite comments is like actually at the bottom right corner. Someone wrote, "I spend so much time with Soul Sniper that my wife gets jealous." And that always like touches my heart at like a very deep level. And then in terms of like, at least for me and like my friends, like kind of starting to work on this little like project, it was just a really cool experience. As a software engineer, like all I've ever wanted was to just build something cool with my friends that people actually want to use. And so we really got that. We started, like basically I did an LA Hacker House demo back in like February of 2022, and then I kind of was like, oh wow, it looks like VCs are like kind of interested, and we were able to raise a little bit of funding. And then the crazier part to me is I somehow convinced all of my other engineering friends at Amazon to quit their jobs and do this weird little thing with me. And then so like obviously like something that we've really taken a lot from Amazon is like the idea of this customer obsession and listening to the community, and so that's really kind of what drives us in terms of like when people asked us for a portfolio tracker, we made a portfolio tracker. When people asked us for an iOS app, we made an iOS app. When people wanted to buy and sell directly in the app, we added that too, and we became the best aggregator. And so that's really kind of the North Star for us, like ever since the beginning, and like really through kind of listening to these customer like feedback and like their experiences, we've really been able to see the NFT space grow into like a much more mature, in some ways sophisticated, and like much more efficient market in general. So yeah, a little bit about Sniper today. Some of our like cool stuff, like we definitely consider ourselves like industry leaders in this NFT trading niche. We have the best prices, we aggregate the most shit, we have the fastest speed, so our end-to-end latency for like transaction sending and reading is like sub-second, so that's only possible on Solana. And then, yeah, most recently with the rebrand, so we dropped the Sol in Sniper. We're not changing chains, we just figured that like Sol Sniper is with like the Solana colors was very 2021, and we kind of wanted to do something a little more original. We rebranded to Sniper, and we kind of launched our native marketplace as well. And so, yeah, this is just like another screen grab of like some of these kinds of really innovative features that we're proud of to have started and like see propagate throughout the entire market. So when we initially launched the candlestick charts, it was because our users asked us for it, and it was kind of like a wacky idea. We had no idea if it would work. But then it's really cool to see, because at first people were just clowning it, like, oh, like how can you chart NFTs, like you're so stupid, haha. But now it's like quite normal to see this get posted. And then like something I didn't know about candlestick charts until like we shipped it and talked to our users is like they were originally made for like Japanese fish markets, like that's where it came from. And it's like, okay, so we have Japanese fish, we have stocks and crypto, like why not NFTs? Other cool features we have that our users really love that we start to see propagated everywhere. So like we have this cool iOS widget, so you can like actually just like look at the prices of your NFTs just on your home screen if you're on the iPhone. The heat map, so it kind of gives this like stock market like overview experience for NFTs. It's sorted by like market cap and volume, and the colors or the price changes. And also kind of other like cool features that like now are very standard for like all marketplaces, such as our grid view for traits. Our front end lead, she wanted to make the traits look like a chocolate box, so that's kind of why it looks like that. And then also with AMM pools, we also really like to look at kind of the consumer psychology. What we noticed when AMM pools first launched, so for those who aren't familiar, you can basically shove a bunch of NFTs in a pool and they'll automatically trade on a curve for you. One really interesting thing we saw was like the retail consumers that weren't very financially sophisticated, they were like, oh my God, it's bricking the floors. And then the like hardcore traders and engineers would be like, no, it's not, you're just stupid. If the market's efficient, like it'll resolve itself. And so we thought, okay, like maybe there's a solution that's somewhere in the middle, and so we created this like stacked pool card. And so it's really cool to see, like basically this is a standard feature for every marketplace now. And so with regards to like our vision for the future, so I think like definitely like to like way back when it started, like the market was very immature, very inefficient. There were a lot of scams. I think in the past like year or so, we've seen a lot more financialization and like technical advances in NFTs, and we're really happy about that. We think that like overall, like kind of to fight against like a more efficient market doesn't make sense. But that being said, we've also kind of seen the pendulum swing really hard in the direction of traders and buyers. But at the end of the day, a marketplace is actually all about bringing buyers and sellers together. And so what we've seen is like when the pendulum swings a little too hard towards buyers and you have that imbalance, it basically like harms the NFT market as a whole. So like a really great example is like when royalties like stop being a thing. Like I think Magic Eden was the firm that like turned off royalties for a little bit, and then kind of Metaplex was the firm that introduced the PNFT standard to bring it back. But during that time, it was pretty grim for the NFT market in general, and that was a big reason why it's like that pendulum had swung a little too hard. So now, kind of as a marketplace, a big part of our like the future that we believe in is actually supporting a lot of these creators. So some of these really great projects that we've worked with include like Bodagos, Heist, Brohala, Primes, Bad, Reavers. We really love like working with these creators, and like through working with these creators as like a new marketplace, we've really been able to identify a lot of problems that we can actually help solve and help like create more value for these NFT projects themselves. At the end of the day, like we really believe like Solana is the best and most innovative chain for NFTs. We think that in the next bull cycle, like NFTs will 80% of that market will actually be on Solana instead, and like we're really excited in terms of like creating new protocols and like really pushing the space forward through like not only just the buyer side but also the seller side as well. So that'll do it for me. Thank you guys for coming. If you want to follow our journey, you can follow us on SolSniperXYZ is the company Twitter account. My account is 0xMaz. I'm building SolSniper. It was a pleasure to kind of have a chance to speak in front of you all. Thank you.